People say, oh, you own a recording studio. No, the studio owns me. And, oh, you can choose your own hours. Well, I choose 80 hours a week because that's comfortable for me. So is that a problem? No, because if I didn't do that, I'd be miserable. I don't want to be miserable. I enjoy being, who wouldn't want to be here playing with knobs? I mean, what a wonderful life that would be. So no, I have no choice but to do what I do because it's the best thing in the world. I was born in Ontario and kind of raised in Ontario, and when I was very young I was playing drums. My family, my dad was a violin maker and player, my uncle was a guitar player, my aunt was a keyboard player, and we were a very musical, crazy family. I learned that you could actually record something and listen back to it and make a decision whether it was any good or not. And if it wasn't good, do it again. So I think just the fact that audio production was really a tape recorder and some microphones and just recording something or someone or a project and making it work, making it sound good, making it radio worthy. There was no type of training like that whatsoever. The only kind of formal-ish training would have been maybe for electronics people to learn how to fix gear, and for broadcasters, radio and television people. I didn't realize how cool a place it was, how big of an operation, and that at that time EMI was probably the #1 label in the world. There was a whole row of offices in which George Martin was one of them, and a couple more arrangers and producers, and then at the end of the hallway was Norrie Paramore's office. Basically, I was married to a recording artist and had been financing her sessions, financing her tours, had gear, trucks, all kinds of stuff. So my investment in her as a recording artist was very high. So in order to kind of get out of the financial dilemma, I had to sell my studio and had nothing left after cleaning off all her debt, because all of her debt was in my name. It's called California divorce laws. Literally went from cool dude in California to this needy person trying to find his way back to Canada. It was interesting. Don't ever do that. The border of BC was closer to Los Angeles than Toronto, and I had limited funds. I had literally no money. I had lost my studio. I had lost pretty much everything. I had a Pinto and a box of clothes, and I needed to kind of stay alive. APRA's been going on 13 years now, and I think that's probably one of my better achievements, simply because the students that have come out of this course are literally everywhere in the world. I have graduates in Hollywood, in Greece, in the Caribbean. I hope that the graduates kind of see that they are the industry. That's the most important thing. In Canada, we tend to look everywhere else kind of for recognition. We feel that other people are doing better things than we are, but it's not true. We can do exactly the same jobs, make the same money, and have as much fun as anybody anywhere in the world. And I think we have to kind of realize that we're as important as Americans and Brits and Australians. We're all the same. You don't dwell on the fact that you get old and crotchety and mean and miserable. That kind of comes with the territory. But I think the older you get and the more you understand what it's taken you to get there, the more important it is to kind of take the gems, the little tidbits that are important, and pass them on. Because one day the ground will be looming, and it would be a shame not to have left something behind. What I learned from my students is that they keep me young. If I didn't have them and their attitudes and their energy and their kind of optimism, I would be older and more crotchety than I am now. But I think just by being able to kind of be around people that are having way more fun than they expected kind of gives me more fun as well.